Hey guys, how's it going? At the end of last year, I was lucky enough to explore some of the more remote parts of the Great Barrier Reef. Out of all the places that we visited, one spot on Jewel Reef that I discovered stood above the rest, and I've been dying to share the footage with you guys. Current pushed up from the reef edge in 30 plus meters of water onto a shallow plateau in 5 to 10 meters, making for easy diving and insanely fishy conditions. On one of the first drops, I was greeted by a school of almost 10 curious Mary sea perch swimming casually in open water. Usually you'd be lucky to see one for about 3 seconds before disappearing into a cave, never to be seen again, so I was beyond stoked. If that wasn't enough to get excited about, near the end of the dive, the biggest school of moo, or big-eye sea bream, I had ever seen snuck up on me. At one point, there were more than 40 swimming in mid-water. I decided to be super selective on this trip, focusing on PBs and new species, but being one of the only fish my girlfriend would eat, I decided to take one. The next thing that I focused on was yellow-lipped emperor. Although inquisitive, the school of about 7 fish in the area were usually smart enough to stay out of shooting range. To trick these fish, scanning the bottom for a suitable position with plenty of cover is super important, as well as avoiding eye contact and any aggressive or sudden movements. With so many moo, MSP and other quality table fish, it was often difficult to focus, but I was determined to land my first yellow-lip emperor. Finally, after a few missed opportunities and almost an hour of diving, I found the perfect spot to conceal my body and win the confidence of one curious emperor. Closer to the reef edge, I was lucky enough to find a few solid green jobfish, who were quick to come in and investigate me, the strange floundering creature grinning at them from ear to ear. These guys were so curious that at one point one of the jobbies beelined straight towards me as I was descending on a dive. After a pretty average upside down Hail Mary shot, I decided to get serious, and it didn't take long to get within range and secure myself a new PB. When I threw the jobfish in the boat, I wasn't expecting smashing an already exhausted common noddy resting in the tender.
What the hell? Man, what are you doing? Hey.
With enough fish for the day, we wrapped up the bird and took it back to the yacht for a few hours rest before it was on its way again. The next day I drifted along the same reef edge and was happy to see that it was still packed with moo, MSP, jobfish and some very inquisitive long-nosed emperor. After 5 years of diving, I was even lucky enough to see my first scalloped hammerhead. This guy was pretty shy and quickly headed off into the deep. Before the dive, I'd been asked for some small whole fish for the barbecue, so I couldn't help myself when I stumbled upon my first black wrasse and one spot sea perch. Thanks heaps for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and I'll share more of my adventures. This is my first video, so it is a little bit rusty. If you do have any tips or feedback, it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks.